Hi, I'm Sanjay. I'm from Elanpro. We are a commercial refrigeration company. So I founded this company in 2009 and I'm here with you. Thank you.
Awesome, Sanjay. Thank you, and great to have you with us.
Thanks a lot.
Sanjay, in your opinion, what's the biggest change Indian appliance industry has seen in the last 2 years, and what difference are you specifically making in it?
Okay, so we'll divide this into two. Indian appliance industry is a very big industry. I come from commercial appliances, which is a little very different, unknown to the people. And so let me talk about my industry. So we are into commercial refrigeration. Commercial refrigeration is not air conditioning. People make mistake, and it is not domestic refrigeration. It's a very complicated line. So it has started evolving now. Earlier, commercial refrigeration only meant water cooler and deep freezer. Now there is a specific requirement for each application. And so Elanpro being the leader, I'll say, in innovation, we realized a couple of years back that unlike other products, it's not that one solution fits all. So we designed and developed product which meets the India requirement and the product requirement, because we are into preservation. And so here we are talking about the quality, we are talking about the nature of the product. So every product requires a different temperature, different airflow, different humidity. So we started working like wine cooler requires a very different red and white wine. So that is where we come from, and a lot of innovation, a lot of technology changes have happened over there. Otherwise, when we look at the Indian appliances, one thing which has happened is a lot of tech is coming into Indian appliances and things are becoming more complicated. It's not on off anymore. So everything has IoT connections. Products are becoming more energy efficient. So those are the changes which we definitely see in the appliances world, and it is also getting integrated into our line.
Thanks, Sanjay. I mean, you just segued into my next question. Every appliance manufacturer now has started putting this AI label on their box and products, right? What do you make of it? And what's your advice to an average consumer when they go to buy appliances? How should they approach anything that's labeled AI?
Really speaking, if you ask someone what is the purpose of AI, and you'll be amazed that in most of the appliances, AI does nothing. In our line, AI has a lot of meaning if we can integrate it, because we are talking about something where food preservation, for example, if the temperature changes, it can impact, which you will not know, but your customer will not come back because he has experienced something which is not good. So there we are talking about how do you integrate where it can give you an alert, or it can give you a temperature sensitive alert of whatever type, or preventive maintenance that because if I am working with McDonald's or any other food chain, they will have say one equipment. We owe it to them that it doesn't break down. So there if we can integrate and it gives us the information, that is what I will say will help us. Balance is all marketing.
Thank you for your candidness, sir. Again, you just touched on my next question. Cold chain failure is, a real big problem in the Indian landscape where temperature variance is extreme, right? What actually goes wrong, sir, when things fail, the cold chain fails, and how are you trying to fix that?
Okay, so first thing first, India market is little more tough than the global market because we are working against all the adverse conditions. Kitchen which is too tight, so you will have a burner which will be generating a heat, it is impacting. You will have pollution, you will have a lot of oil going and clogging the entire condensing unit. You will have fresh item getting mixed with the frozen item. So these are the challenges which in a daily life we face in cold chain. So our products, when we design, you just can't pick a product which is successful in Europe or America to work in India because your conditions, ice machine, the water condition, the pressure may not be there or the water quality may not be suitable. So you need to design that. It has a huge impact if you really ask me. Look at it. Today I was talking to, I'll just narrate a small discussion I had in the morning, and I was talking to one very large ice cream chain. Their CEO was with me in my office. And he said, how do we prevent? Because earlier when you'll take ice cream, it will have crystal on top of it. You won't mind, you will have it. Is that the right experience? Is that the experience which a customer should have from a company? Now, company is unknown, is invisible. So what impression you are gaining is, oh, this ice cream didn't taste as good as I had when I went to somebody's parlor, because over there somebody is monitoring it. Now that a customer is lost to you. Now that's a hidden loss. Or if there is a wastage, it's a loss to you. So in our cold chain, it's very, very important that a product is maintained without temperature shock. 24/7, 365 days. And that is why it's a very big challenge for us.
This is a slightly technical question on refrigeration transition and HFC phase down. Where is the Indian commercial refrigeration unit actually placed, and who absorbs this cost in the industry? Yeah.
Poor me. Okay, so it all started with R12 a couple of years back. R12 and 22 were the regular refrigerant. Then came R134A a couple of years back, that is about 15, 17 years back. Then 404 came in. In last 4 or 5 years, though we started, we brought to India R290 about 10, 11 years back in 2012, 14 years back actually. But India market really adopted 290 and 600 maybe 2 years or 3 years back. And that has happened now. So almost I'll say 90%, 95% ecosystem works on R600 or R290, which are eco-friendly, which are propane and all. To be very honest, the global players mandated it. So most of us were forced to adopt, because if a MNC or if a global brand says that we have a commitment and we will not buy anything, you are forced to buy. Second thing, again I'll say forced happened. The compressor cost for 290 actually came down, and that was the global mandate, that artificially you need to push out something, you'll have to actually reverse the process. Like it happened with LED, suddenly government said, okay, bring down the LED so that people phase out CFL.
Correct.
So it happened in our industry also. The compressor and the refrigerant for R290 and 600 came down, and 134A become more costly. That also helped in migration. Obviously, also the realization that these new generation gases generate less heat, require less energy, refrigerant, and also are eco-friendly, other than they give you much better energy efficiency ratios. So that migration has happened. So it's a collaborative approach, I'll say, by both the industry, user, as well as the external forces.
Dark stores and cloud kitchens versus traditional Indian hospitality. How do you see this space emerging, and what share, like if you had to give a percentage, what share does it make on your order book currently?
India lives beyond Delhi, Mumbai, Bombay, and all these cities. So while dark stores are gaining and they are expanding beyond A and B also, when we talk to FMCG, most of them are talking about 10 to 12% of their revenues coming out of dark stores. So they are definitely the evolving one. But I personally feel that for us or anybody in commercial refrigeration, the world outside is much bigger, because the ecosystem, thanks to last 10 years of stable power, roads getting made, energy reaching, electrification reaching the last point, and income levels increasing, the outside world beyond the big city is also adopting. So there is a huge growth which is coming, much more, I'll say 10x than the dark stores.
Great to hear that. One thing India's appliance industry should stop doing, and one thing it should start doing more of.
They should definitely stop trying to create a product which is driven by price rather than, at least in my industry, I'll not talk about the domestic appliances because I am not qualified. As a consumer, I can make a comment, but not otherwise. But in my industry, because product is very sensitive, so we should talk about more energy saving, temperature management, which is so essential. We are not selling boxes. We are giving product a life. We live and deliver sustainability. We live and deliver something which will ensure that the food product remain, or whether it is blood or food or vaccine, refrigeration is required for all of that. Temperature is most essential. So it is not about that, okay, my freezer can maintain -18, but whether the core product can be maintained is very essential, which still we are not talking. But again, as we were having a discussion today, more and more customers are becoming aware about this because they realize that customer is becoming more demanding. Earlier, to give you an example, here you will find many pharmacies and even hospital using domestic refrigerator for vaccine and medicines. Actually, it is not recommended. Things are changing now. People are adopting more precise. So we as the companies who are promoting, we should give more correct solution, even though it may mean little more price, but we owe it to. We should not mislead the customer. We should give them the right solution. That is what I would give a message to my counterparts.
Very nicely said. Final question. Your impression of DITA 2026 so far, like?
It's amazing. We're excited and we look forward for a wonderful year ahead with you doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so much for
Thanks a
your
lot.
insights and
Thank you.